Gordon was waiting at Knapford. He waited for the guard to give him the whistle and signal him the green flag. "It's not fair," he said. "Engines like me are the most important and should be given the right of way regardless." Edward, who was pulling the local train, giggled as he heard Gordon's whinging and pulled up next to him. "You should do some shunting instead of waiting at the station all day. It always makes me happy whenever I have to keep the trucks and coaches in order." "Pa," said Gordon, "I don't shunt. Tender engines never shunt. Imagine a big thing like me going around the yards over the points like Thomas." "I shunt, and I have a tender. What do you think about me?" As the guard blew the whistle, Gordon let off a poop poop. "Let me rephrase, little Edward. You're not a big engine, and big engines don't shunt." "Goodbye, little Edward," Gordon remarked rudely as the coaches clattered and the rails rattled beneath him. Gordon puffed proudly along the main line with the express. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," Gordon chanted. We're hurrying," the coaches sang. Gordon was making wonderful time with the express, nearly record-breaking time, as his driver noticed. "Steady on, boy," the driver said. "We're almost at Ellsbridge." "Excellent!" Gordon made it to the first station, but as he pulled in, he couldn't help but notice that something felt off. Something doesn't feel right. "I feel rather empty," Gordon said. Some time later, Thomas came to the water tower to grab a drink before he departed. "What's wrong, Gordon? You look like you could go for a drink." "There's no need, little Thomas," Gordon said impressively. "Big engines don't have time to stop for water constantly. Especially not big engines like me, who pull the express." Gordon decided to persevere on, but he felt himself losing energy. Oh dear, I can't go on, he groaned. You must go on, the coaches sang. Gordon approached his own hill with speed. But in the state he was, he stood no chance. He was all out of puff, and he stopped halfway up the hill. Normally the engines let off a wheesh to let off pressure from inside the boiler. But poor Gordon had run out of water and had no wheesh to speak of. The driver and fireman looked and felt all around Gordon to see what possibly could have been the problem and why Gordon ran out of water so fast. "Oh, what's happening to me?" he said defeated, as poor Gordon thought he was falling apart. "Aha!" Gordon's fireman said. "As I suspected, there's a leak in the water trough." The driver pointed at a pipe that was in between Gordon and his tender that was leaking water. "We'll have to roll him back down the hill and telephone the fat controller," suggested the driver. The crew let off Gordon's brakes so that he could roll down the hill, and they put his brakes back on right when he stopped beneath the bridge. Gordon hoped that no one would see him in this state. The fat controller was in his office at the big station, writing some important paperwork, when the station master stepped in. "Sir, you're needed on the telephone." "Bother that telephone." Sir Topham Hatt got up and answered the phone. Yes, all right, I said, "Oh, I see, I'll send Henry to get the express, and I'll send for Edward to take Gordon back to the sheds to be repaired." Henry chortled down the line to rescue Gordon. "I'm going to poop at Gordon," said Henry. "Poop, Hello, Gordon. Sorry, Gordon. Did I whistle too loud? I forgot. Respectable engines don't whistle loudly. You're all out of puff, so you can't even whistle. No, I'm just out of water. I had a leaky pipe, that's all. Maybe you really do need a new shape after all. Henry took the coaches and continued Gordon's journey with the express. And Edward pushed Gordon back to the sheds. Well, if this is what big engines do, Gordon, then color me unimpressed, Edward said disapprovingly. Gordon didn't feel big, he didn't feel fast, and he certainly didn't feel proud. I wonder if Gordon will learn from this one day, don't you?